Okay, let's cut the bullshit. Audiences don't hate ads, they just want content that feels real. Or do they?
What you're looking at right now is an AI influencer, and they can generate more content in a single day than a regular creator can across an entire year. An AI influencer never sleeps, they never miss a brief or increase their rate. And you can easily swap out location, clothing, and products with just a couple of clicks. In this video, I'll show you how to create your own AI influencer from scratch. Whether you want to build a huge following on social media or replace traditional product campaigns entirely, you get full creative control, unlimited output, and an unfair advantage that most brands haven't clocked yet. This is already happening, and the people who move first will win big. And guys, if you do enjoy today's content, make sure to whack a like on there for me, consider subscribing, and of course, ring that bell notification icon. All right, let's get into it. So for today's video, we're over on Higgsfield, and straight away you can see the recurring theme of multiple AI influencer tools. And that's because there is a lot of hype, a lot of buzz around these features. And something definitely worth checking out, but we're not going to dive too much into in this video, is Higgsfield Earn. And this is where you're able to link your social media accounts, create AI UGC, and ultimately earn money from the process. I want to go ahead and click on this banner here, which is for AI Influencer Studio. So let's jump in. Now, this tool behaves an awful lot like a character builder in a video game. So if any of you guys watching are into your gaming, this is going to feel very familiar to you. Straight away, we have the option for character type, starting with human and ranging all the way through different animals. We've even got the option for aliens and elves. You can go pretty crazy with this. Really, you can get as unique as you'd possibly like, but because I want to kind of keep this tailored towards AI UGC, let's select human. Scrolling down for gender, I'm going to go ahead and select female. For ethnicity, let's go for Asian. Skin color, I'm just going to leave this part blank. You can also see we're able to select our eye color. I think I'm going to go for amber here. Now, scrolling down a little bit more, you can see we're able to access various different skin conditions. So I don't really want to make light of people who are living with vitiligo and albinism. Obviously, when we're talking about real people, that's unique to their experience. So of course, we're not looking to offend anyone here, but in creating our character and using certain skin conditions, different colored eyes, and some more of the features that we'll see as we scroll further down, all that we're doing is creating a synthetic character that will stand out. So for this example, let's go ahead and try birthmarks, because uniqueness and imperfection is really what people kind of feel connected to. And this is where we've seen this huge change in the way that products are advertised. It's why UGC-style content is so powerful now, because there is that connection between the audience and the creator. So that really is where some of these options are going to come into play. We're going to select adult for the age parameter. And you can see we have all sorts of options for face. We can go for reptile, mechanical. For body, same thing, all different types of builds. And then when it comes to style, we can pick the type of hair. We can add tattoos and piercings. So I think we're going to go for long hair. And we want to make sure we check the hyper-realistic rendering style as well. So let's go ahead and click generate and see what we get back. So just like that, we have back our first generation of our influencer called Crosby. But let's just say, for example, we actually want our influencer to have gray eyes instead. We can select that, deselect amber, and click generate once again. And whilst we wait, I'll just scroll down and show you guys some of the other examples that we have here on Higgsfield. So you can see various different, very unique AI influencers here. We've got Jupiter, who is a full-on ant. Onyx here, very unique. I mean, we've even got Dorian, who is a octopus man. So you really can get as crazy with this as you guys would possibly like. But let's just say that we're happy with our second generation and we feel like this influencer has viral potential. We've got some further options. We have the option here to go ahead and perform edits with Nano Banana Pro. We're going to get more deep into that later on in the video. But we also have this camera option here. And if we click onto it, you can see a little sneak peek of Higgsfield's motion library. Let's go ahead and click on explore more to have access to the full library. Now you can see that automatically our AI influencer is being used as the image reference. And what we have here is Kling Motion Control, which is an incredibly powerful piece of AI tech that I'm sure you guys are familiar with. If you're not, start using this because it is mind-blowing. So if we scroll down here, you can see loads of different examples of viral style dances. Now let's just say that we really like this dance here. If we click into it, it's then going to be used as the video reference. So the motion from this video is going to be applied to our image reference. You can see we're able to select 720p or 1080p. I'm just going to go ahead and stick with 720. This is the great thing about UGC. Sometimes these slightly worse or lower resolution options work better because they feel more natural, more imperfect. And you can also see if we open up this advanced settings field, we can enter a prompt if we want to get really specific about the motion transfer. But for the sake of an initial simple example, let's go ahead and click generate. And you can see here that we have back our generation, and you can see just how great a job the motion transfer does at applying that video reference to our image, to our influencer that we just designed. Now, of course, there's a lot you can do with these templates already within Higgsfield, but hopefully you guys are starting to realize that we can apply any video reference to any image reference to bring it to life and create those realistic movements. So we're not bound to just using these Higgsfield templates. The sky really is the limit with the motion transfer. And of course, you guys would have seen in the intro that I was just walking around streets just outside my house, very awkwardly making this vlog. And I was able to take that footage and apply it to this very muscular looking influencer who doesn't look a lot like me at all and get a very realistic result. So the fact that you're able to go away and record your own content, your own script, for example, performing however you'd like, and then use the motion control to apply that to your AI influencer, that's a really powerful and open-ended workflow. And if I scroll up just a little bit more, we have another example here, which is of course very similar, but just a slightly different AI influencer. Somebody who hasn't been spending quite as much time at the gym as this guy, kind of like a variation of him. But you can once again see that the motion is just being transferred pretty flawlessly, and this is really impressive stuff. And of course, scrolling up more, I've got some various different examples, once again, using some of the motion templates here on Higgsfield, just to show you guys, if we open this up fully, just how realistic this motion transfer really is. Now, of course, it's not perfect. The eagle-eyed among you may have noticed there are some issues with some of our background characters. We're having some morphing going on over here. So generally speaking, I'd suggest sticking to examples where there's not too much going on in the background. That's why, for instance, our beach example worked really quite well. There's not an awful lot that can go wrong, but what I found really impressive about this, for example, is that if I throw up the original footage on the screen right now, I'm of course moving down the street, I'm moving through physical space, and this is applied really meaningfully to our image reference. So our character, our AI influencer, is also moving down the beach as I was moving down the road. This feels like a realistic physical space. The lighting across his body, his face, the kind of wrinkling in the skin as he says certain lines is really quite convincing. Now, I feel like we've nicely covered the kind of viral trends and social media growth part of the video. But now what I'd like to go ahead and cover is AI UGC, user generated content. And this is where we're pushing these methods and workflows even further in order to sell a particular product. And as I touched upon earlier, this is a very powerful approach, whether you are a big brand or a smaller brand who's just starting out, because often for certain audiences and demographics, they connect a lot more to UGC rather than traditional advertising. So how would we go ahead and take this on to the next level to purpose our influencer, get them ready for UGC-style product ads? As I mentioned earlier, we have this emblem here, which reads Edit in Nano Banana Pro. So we're going to click into this. And you can see a bunch of other AI influencers here that I created earlier on. Currently, we're looking at our newest creation over here. And you can see that because we clicked on that Edit with Nano Banana Pro emblem, our AI influencer is being used as our image reference. Of course, the AI image model being used is Nano Banana Pro. There's a bunch more options here over on Higgsfield, a lot of which have unlimited runs as well, so great to experiment with those. But honestly, regardless of what anyone else tells you, Nano Banana Pro is hands down the best image model out there. At the minute, I really don't see any need to use anything but this because it is that good. So I've just pulled up my downloads here and you can see that I've saved a couple of images of clothing items. We've got this oversized Nike hoodie and this cap, which is actually from Beavertown Brewery. So if we drag and drop each of these into this field here where we're able to upload images, let me just grab the Beavertown Brewery cap also. So I've written out a very simple text prompt here as well. I've just said, change the female influencer's outfit so that she is wearing jean shorts, the black Nike hoodie, and the blue baseball cap with the skull emblem. Ensure that the clothing items realistically match the lighting of the scene. Preserve the existing composition and details. Now we've got a few more options down here before we go ahead and generate. We want to switch our aspect ratio over to 9:16. For the resolution, we can go all the way up to 4K, but we have unlimited runs of 2K. I'm just going to go ahead and use that. We can go ahead and hit generate. Now, if I scroll down a little bit further, you're also going to see some products that I built within Nano Banana Pro as well. You can see the text prompt at the top right of the screen here if you wanted to go ahead and use that as some sort of template. Again, it's a pretty simple text prompt. If we hover over this image, you can see that there's an icon that reads reference. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And now that has been added to our field at the bottom here as well. And I'm just going to add to the text prompt, have the female influencer hold the black branded protein shaker. Go ahead and send off that generation. I'm going to remove the image reference of our protein powder. And over here, we have some hot sauce, a kind of more premium hot sauce, which is called Ember and Spice. So once again, let's hover over this and click the reference tab. We can get rid of this portion at the end and just say, have the female influencer hold the small bottle of hot sauce. And once again, go ahead and send off this generation as well. And if we scroll up towards the top of the page, just look at how good a job Nano Banana Pro does. This is completely seamless. It has applied our image references perfectly, and everything else has remained consistent just as we asked. The location, the scene itself matches exactly, but even down to finer details like our influencer's jewelry. Also got back this generation here of our influencer holding the protein shaker. Now, Nano Banana Pro has actually taken a bit of a further step here, because if we go back to the image reference itself, the protein shaker doesn't actually have Elevate Protein on there. But Google's image model has decided to kind of merge the two together, and we get this result, which is still pretty impressive. And just keep in mind that if that wasn't what we wanted to match our product exactly, if we just hover over the top, we can go ahead and remove all of these other image references, hover over here and click reference. And we can just go ahead and put in a very simple text prompt like remove the writing that says Elevate Protein from the protein shaker. That is a very simple change for Nano Banana Pro to make, and means that we can really lock in our product consistency so we can match exactly the real world product. We also have back our generation of the influencer holding our hot sauce, and once again, Nano Banana Pro has done a really great job. So what about when we want to go ahead and start bringing our very bespoke images to life? Well, to do this, I'm going to head up to the top left-hand corner and click on the Create Video tab, because there's a couple of different approaches here for creating video content using your AI influencer. And this, of course, is if we want to get a little bit more specific than just using the templates on Higgsfield. But do remember, like I said earlier, if you saw a viral trend over on TikTok, you could just screen record that on your phone. You can switch over to motion control at the top left here, and you can add that viral dance, for example, as your video reference and apply that to your AI influencer image reference. But let's say that we want to be very hands-on with how we generate our AI videos. I've got a few different examples here, some of which are landscape and some are portrait. We have here, for example, our influencer from the intro, except now he's making a vlog where he's trying shop-bought noodles in like a 7-Eleven style store. So if we just go ahead and take a watch of this clip.
Oh my God, these are actually so good.
So how did we generate this? Well, it all starts with a starting frame. And if I go ahead and open this up, you can see something else that I generated with Nano Banana Pro. All we did was we uploaded the image reference of our influencer on the beach, and I just gave Nano Banana Pro the text prompt vlog style shot of the same male influencer making a vlog in a 7-Eleven store. Change his clothes, he is making shop-bought noodles, ensure to have the influencer looking directly down the lens, shot on iPhone, shallow depth of field. Now, the reason that I'm asking for the starting frame to have our influencer looking directly down the lens of the camera is because if in our starting frame he was looking down like this, the video model doesn't have the context of what he looks like directly. Now, we don't mind if the video model goes ahead and starts moving his heads to make it look more realistic, the motion itself. It won't matter as much because it has the context of what he looks like head on. It's going to be a lot more forgiving. But if the starting frame we gave to an AI video model had our influencer looking, kind of like this, where it doesn't know what he looks like properly, then we're going to get problems because then the video models are going to have to start guessing and we're going to lose that character consistency that is really important for, building up social media, but also for selling your products through UGC. So we created our starting frame. We went ahead and added the prompt static camera UGC-style video of the male influencer enthusiastically trying shop-bought noodles for the first time. He has a deep Californian accent, not real people. I've of course got the audio tab turned on. And for the video model, I would suggest that you guys go ahead and use Google VO 3.1. And a couple of things I want to focus in on when it comes to the text prompt. We're asking our influencer to have a deep Californian accent. And here we're trying to lock in not just character consistency, but also a level of voice consistency as well. So if we go ahead and watch this generation followed by some of the other generations I made after.
Oh my God, these are actually so good.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to give you a quick tour of the new place.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're hitting a killer chest workout.
Hopefully you guys can agree that by adding that to the text prompt, we have managed to get that kind of consistency with our influencer's voice. And also by adding not real people on the end here, we're kind of just trying to circumnavigate some of the restrictions that come with Google's image and video models. Google do like to build some red tape into their AI tools, and it can be a little bit restrictive when you're trying to use them to create content, even if you're accessing Google's AI tools through different platforms like Higgsfield, for example. So by adding not real people on the end, I'm basically trying to say to VO 3.1, don't get stressed out that I'm trying to do like a deep fake or something like that. This person is synthetic. They don't really exist. And I'm sure you guys have guessed by now that for the other examples here of our male influencer, we just went ahead and created a new starting frame. This one here of him in his very luxurious looking apartment, and this one of him in the gym, which also looks like it actually might be part of his apartment. So my guy is doing very well. Once again, just to take you back to the image generation, you can see here once again, we're using that original image reference of our influencer on the beach. For this example, vlog style shot of the same male influencer making a vlog in an expensive looking high-rise apartment. Change his clothes, he is holding a cup of coffee. And then with this example, same image reference, vlog style shot of the same male influencer making a vlog in an expensive looking gym. If I scroll a little bit further up as well, we have a vertical example of our male influencer. This time I went ahead and used the image reference that I just generated of him in the gym. And for the text prompt, show a full body shot of the male influencer. He's wearing a black vest, gym shorts and black trainers. And you can see that Nano Banana Pro has applied the brand Gymshark to our influencer. This is a really great thing about Google's image model. It has this crazy level of world understanding. It basically is able to just make a bunch of really intelligent decisions when it comes to generating your image. So this is the first way of generating video content for UGC. Of course, even making stills can be really great at building up a following, and also for UGC. Plenty of huge social media accounts out there that have only ever posted images. We've looked at creating the starting frames with Nano Banana Pro and then using Google VO 3.1 to bring them to life with this UGC style. But what if I told you that there's another way to edit existing videos and drop new products into them? So we're still over on the create video page on Higgsfield. At the top left here, you can see we've got a few different options. We've got create video, we've got motion control like we were using earlier on in the video, but we also have this option here for edit video. Now this is using Kling's O1 edit that allows us to make changes to existing video content. So you can see that this tab here is for uploading the video itself. Duration required is 3 to 10 seconds. And then here we're able to upload images and elements, up to 4 of these. And of course below we have the option to enter a text prompt and then decide on our resolution as well. And I want to go ahead and take you guys back to our vlog content here when our male influencer is eating the noodles in the 7-Eleven. Let's say that a brand approaches you and wants to do a collaboration, except they want to do it on an existing piece of footage. You would never normally be able to go about this, but with these AI tools like Kling O1, you can. So let me just go ahead and scroll up here, and straight away you're going to see the result that we got. So of course we went ahead first and uploaded the original video, which was of course this one down here. Next, we uploaded an image of a Stussy baseball cap and then some Balenciaga sunglasses, I believe they were. And again, a really simple text prompt here. Swap the male influencer's outfit so that he is wearing. And if we type @ then we can select image 1, which has been assigned to the Stussy baseball cap, and then @ image 2, which is the Balenciaga sunglasses. So we're asking Kling O1 to take these assets and apply them to the existing video footage. And let me show you what we get back.
Oh my God, these are actually so good.
So I want to go ahead and pull this up so that it's full screen so we can really scrutinize this. We'll talk about the good and bad. The shot itself has lost some of the texture, particularly when it comes to the skin. A good way of getting around this would be applying a layer of noise or film grain on top to kind of bring that back to make it look a little bit less perfect. As I mentioned earlier on, if you're creating vertical content, it will just naturally be a bit more forgiving. I'm doing this in horizontal so we can kind of really point out the pitfalls. Most UGC is gonna be vertical, it's gonna be watched on a phone, and therefore by nature it is just more forgiving, but we're really scrutinizing this, right? We've also got some warping on the cap itself, but to talk about some of the good things, those reflections in the sunglasses look incredibly realistic to me. Also, the way that Kling O1 has just managed to put a baseball cap and sunglasses onto our male influencer's face, and the object tracking with that 3D head rotation, even when it's kind of like subtle movements, is really quite impressive. So there are actually so many different ways to repurpose and design your UGC style content. You can of course go ahead and create products. You can put them into your starting frames. We can change what our characters are wearing. We can change what location they're in as well. For example, we can create as many AI influencers as we possibly want. I think this is the better way because it gives you a really firm level of control without sacrificing that kind of textural detail. But I do still think it is seriously impressive how we're able to use a tool like Kling O1 to make these kinds of changes to our content. And hopefully you guys have seen throughout this video just how much potential there is in making AI UGC. So if we go straight back to our first step, we have, of course, the AI Influencer Studio, where we're able to create our influencer from scratch and decide on all of these unique parameters. We can then go ahead and edit our image using Nano Banana Pro by changing the location, adding different clothes, different products as well. And then we could bring those still frames to life with Google VO 3.1 or use Kling O1, for example, to make changes to existing videos. Guys, I really do hope you've enjoyed today's content. If you have any questions whatsoever, be sure to drop them down below in the comment section. I always try to reply to as many as I possibly can. If you have enjoyed today's content, make sure to whack a like on there for me. If you're new, consider subscribing and of course, ring that bell notification icon so you never miss any future uploads. I'll go ahead and throw up some of my previous uploads on the screen right now if you wanted to go ahead and check them out. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next video.